move the board approve a resolution in support of National Bullying Prevention Month, October 2024.
Can I get a second? Thank you, Jim. All right, and we believe we have a special guest for this as well.
Yeah, we have two, I think. So speaking to the National Bullying Prevention Month resolutions are Leah Hager, Behavior Prevention and Intervention Coordinator, and again, Shayna Sychek, our LGBTQIA+ Coordinator. Welcome to both of you.
All right, so I'm Leah Hager, she, her pronouns. You've already met Shayna. And we just want to start by thanking Superintendent Kingsley and the board and truly everyone across all of our PSD sites and departments and in the larger community who all support and champion this critical effort of bullying prevention and education. And we'd like to highlight the themes that resonate most powerfully from the resolution and from the work that is being done and has been done for quite some time across our system. First, we know that effective prevention and intervention are rooted in strong positive culture and climate that is co-created to be inclusive of all students, families, and community members. Prevention and intervention must also be reflective of the inherent value and dignity of each and every individual in our school communities. And they must be trauma-informed and restorative in nature. Next, it is clear that a safe school environment that is free from bullying and harassment relies on students experiencing schools and classrooms that are affirming and reflective of their identities. It stems from all students feeling a sense of belonging and from the guidance we provide as adults to support them in building trust and respect among and within their peer groups and even across their differences. A truly safe school is built from the efforts of students, educators, leaders, families, and community members all doing their part.
And finally, we recognize that none of this happens accidentally. It requires implementation with fidelity over a period of years of layered supports and evidence-based practices, along with district policies that are part of a comprehensive system that is proven to yield positive outcomes and growth for all students. One that centers equity and is organized to support educators as much as students and families. So in PSD, we will continue to align and coordinate our efforts within a tiered framework of Colorado MTSS. We will continue to lead with education as the pathway for students to develop the tools to avoid bullying and harassing behaviors that may cause harm or exclude others. The pathway to become upstanders and role models for inclusivity and kindness, and the pathway to repair harm and heal any damage done to individuals or relationships. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Board members, do we have anybody who would like to speak? Go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. For our board and our governments and our community, I thought deeply about tonight's resolution and a recent story that a friend has asked me to share on her behalf. And the story is a charge. We must be mindful as the adults who are making policy decisions for our community and our kids of where our students and our children are the most vulnerable when we talk about these instances. And I'm talking not just about the playground or on our buses or in our cafeterias and our gyms or our locker rooms, but anywhere where there's a potential for a child to feel unsafe. And it comes in all forms. In the form of abuse and bullying that my friend asked me to speak about tonight was racial abuse that her son endured in very recent weeks. And I think we need to be mindful of all forms of bullying and abuse, including racial abuse that occurs in our schools, in our district, and on our watches. And so, again, this friend of mine, who actually happens to be one of my kids' teachers, pulled me aside and was brave and had this conversation with me that was a difficult one. And I want to give immense credit both to Superintendent Kingsley and to Dr. Tracy Guile and to the leadership of the Effective School, who immediately elevated it to the appropriate level, addressed the situation well. But again, I think the charge needs to be forever for all of us is that we tend to be somewhat reactive in these situations. We hope for the best, but we need to rededicate ourselves into ferreting out all the venues and possibilities where our kids are going to be unsafe, and to anticipate that for them, because they can't always know when it's going to come. So the work we've done in this district is immense in this regard, and I'm proud to be a part of that work, but we're not done, clearly, and we have a lot of work to do. And so my only charge, and I include myself in this charge, is to rededicate ourselves to living up to the act, to make sure our actions reflect the words in this resolution, so they're not just spoken once a year, and that's that. We need to be mindful as school leaders where abuse is happening, where bullying is happening, charge our school leaders, our teachers to be educators and to teach our kids not to do this, and to have conversations, hard ones, with parents, with family members, with students, and be proactive, so that we can mitigate these type of instances that still happen. And we're not unique in that by any means, but I think that we can be one of the districts that that is a beacon of hope for kids that are targeted, and specifically in racial abuse. And if we have to change some of our policies and our language to name that, then so be it. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you. Well said. Anyone else? Okay. Jill, can you take the vote?
Jim Brokish,
Aye.
Kristen Draper,
Aye.
Connor Duffy,
Aye.
Kevin Havelda,
Aye.
Carolyn Reed,
Aye.
Scott Schoenbauer,
Aye.
Jessica Zamora.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, thank you.